Lordy Gordy, it's a bit windy. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to hear me today. I've just come out of the venue. Oh, goodness, that's a log. It's Thursday morning and it's, dinner time. And I'm going to walk up to Cleveleys and the tide's in and it's high and we're off that away. It's very, very windy, so this might be a bit of a clattering noisy track. But it's lovely, it looks really nice. I'm gonna take you for a walk against a high tide. So don't forget to subscribe, make sure that you've signed up for your newsletter and we'll go and see what the sea's brought for us today, shall we? So now you can see what I was trying to tell you about a high beach being a good sea defence. So look at that, look how there's sort of like a gentle tapering out wave coming onto the edge of the water. If I can just zoom in, you might just be able to see how it's banging against the tank traps up at Russell School in the distance. Can you see the bigger waves up there? There's one just gone up in the air. So where it hits a solid wall, it's going right high up. And then when it hits the shingle and the sand, it dissipates all of the energy and it just wiggles away up to the sea wall. So these steps are designed to mimic the effect of the porous beach. So they take the water's energy away. So you can see how the water climbs the steps, and as it does that, it just loses all its va-va-voom. I know just how it feels. I've lost my va-va-voom. That's Mary's shell look, so that gives you some idea of just how deep it is. I mean, when you think how big that is and you can actually walk inside it, it's deep. But look at the water coming up against the steps. It just dissipates. This is the Star Wars gang here, look. Celebrating the Star Wars cafe, where Andor, of course, is filmed. There's loads of people come to Cleveleys because it's a filming destination. Oh, look at that, it's just disappeared. So here we've got a full deep high tide. I'm not sure where we're at in the cycle of low tides and high tides. Tell you, I never know what it's doing. And it's just sort of pitter-pattering up the steps. It does come right to the top of the steps, and this top promenade does flood. But that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to catch the water, and then this creamy coloured wall at the back here sends it all back onto the sea. Woo! That's a big one. It's lovely when it's like this. It's not really cold. It's quite mild actually. Wow. Wowza woo. But you just lose all that huge clatter of waves that you get from a big solid wall, and I can see it as I'm walking, banging against the sea wall up at the cliffs at Norbreck and Bispam, and there's massive waves going up. And that's the difference in the construction. I have to say though, these grounds look like they're breaking the waves up, because you can see, I mean, I've shown you this before when we've been at Blackpool, you can see how it sort of rumbles along the length of the wall, and here it's breaking there's a groin here and it's breaking the wavelength of the water up. Clever here, what? Oh, and just in passing, these railings have not been bent by people, they've been bent by stuff coming out of the sea and the tide. Just shows you how much force there is in that water. You wouldn't stand a chance, would you? If you got washed into that, You'd be dead in no time. Wowza. It's magnificent, isn't it? Absolutely magnificent. It's not easy walking in it. If you've got any kind of lung problem, it nearly suffocates you. Oh, that makes your lips taste salty. Goodness. It's that noise I like. I love listening to the waves. When we're sat at home and we've got the door open in summer, just about every day when the tide's up near the wall, I say, oh, just listen to that, it sounds so lovely. Yes, Jane, we know, you tell us every time it's high tide. And then the sun comes out. It was raining a minute ago. I've been sat in the venue doing my Belfabita stuff, and I've been looking at the weather thinking, oh, now what am I going to do? Wow. Gorgeous. Waves galore. Waves galore. Kevin sent my dad to see the consultant this morning. His appointment was at 11:30. So Kevin's taking him, and they're going to Hobbycraft when they've done to get a big canvas to put on the stairs wall at the shop. My dad's going to do a painting, and then he's coming back to the shop. So I'm going to go and film you. Ooh! I'm going to go and film you a fish and chip Friday, and then I'm going to go and do some painting, because we're all clogging along nicely at a rate of knots. I've got my painting clobber in my bag. Beautiful. Somebody's lost a football, look. I mean, you get some idea how deep it is when you look at the sea against the marker poles. When you think how tall they are when you stand against them when it's low tide, and you can literally just see the tops of them. Must be a fairly deep tide today. I reckon it's high tide round about now. I reckon. Amazing. Just look here how it's meeting itself coming backwards on this corner and creating turbulence, and you're getting all these really big swirly waves. It's fascinating to watch. No matter how many times you see it, it just always looks so lovely. Woo! And the froth that comes up, you might have seen some little bubbles of foam blowing. That's Cleveleys' famous sea foam, and it's caused by decaying algae in the seawater, acting like a sort of a thickener to hold on to the bubbles of water. So that Guinness top is not, oh, that's just wet me. That Guinness top that's on the water is not pollution or anything like that. It's all to do with the waves. It's all to do with the waves. I think I'll dry quickly. I think I'm going to want my glasses cleaning when I get to Cleveleys. They're steaming up in sea spray. This reminds me of when I started doing videos, and I always said that you couldn't come to the seaside during the pandemic, so I brought the seaside to you. So if you're sat at the back of a desk all day, or you're in landlocked Britain, or abroad for that matter, you can enjoy a nice British high tide. Look at that as well. So you've got a little bit of shingle here, and it's doing exactly the same where it's coming up against that. You can see the energy just disappearing out of the waves, and that's the gaps in the shingle and the porosity of it that are just draining it away. And that's why we ask you not to nick pebbles, because if everybody did it, there'd be no beach left. Beautiful day. It is now all that cloud's blown away. Do you know it's been throwing it down all morning? In fact, if I turn round, all this black cloud here, this has been over Cleveleys this morning, and now it's gone the other way. So by the time I get into the shop to get painting, I think it'll be dry. It can do what it wants then. Wowza. And when we get up to the flag, I'll be able to zoom in and show you the seafront up at Norbreck, and you'll see what I mean about the big waves. Oh, the foam. This is just awful to get off. If you get it on your clothes, it dries like sand, and it makes everything mucky. Woo! Wibble wobble. Wibble 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 wobble. Don't blow on me. Don't blow on me. I don't need muckying. I wouldn't like to think I was walking on the lower promenade at Bispam, because you're a bit wet right now. And they're very wet. How's it? The seaside of all flags flying in the sunshine. Right, now here I'm going to zoom in and hopefully you'll be able to see. Can you see there's a big straight brown sculpture next to a flag flying? That's the shipwreck memorial, and next to the shipwreck memorial the shape of the sea wall changes into sort of blocks. They're called wave breaker blocks. But you can see how the waves are bashing against the wave breaker blocks, and then they're walking up to the beach at Cleveleys. That's the boundary between Blackpool and Cleveleys. And that's the difference between what we've got and what's up there. Amazing. Speaking of the power of the water, I don't know whether you can see this log here. I mean, if you try to pick that up, it'd be heavy. And it's just bouncing about like a little twig. And that's how you get great big trees and things all washing up. So this is what I was telling you, a bit closer to, about the difference in the two sea walls. So if you stand here and look that way, you can see the size of the waves that are coming up the steps, where the steps, and the size of the waves that are coming up the steps where it's wave breaker units. And when the rocks are put in and the seawall is done, that will change completely. You'll get more of this kind of dissipated effect and a lot less of these big waves. It'll make a massive difference. So the water at the moment is just coming up completely unhindered up the flat concrete slope, and when it gets to the steps, the concrete wave breakers, it's just splattering up in the sky. So the rocks that they're going to put in when they do the next phase of works at Bisbam will get rid of that. Wow, they're big waves. I hope you've enjoyed that. I can hardly see you now. My glasses my glasses are that covered in sand and salt. I can hardly see what I'm doing. But I hope you've enjoyed that little walk against the sea. Don't take it for granted. Being able to just do this at a moment's notice, it's very special. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye for now.